What's going on, everyone? We are back once again playing the Night Elf Hunter. Somehow we have not died yet, so let's keep the momentum going. If you're new to the channel, welcome, glad you're here. Yeah, we're playing World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. If you don't know what that is, basically level a character 1 to 60 without dying. There are some other rules, but basically if you die, you gotta delete your character and go again, as they say. Like I said, I'm not going to go over every single rule, but, you know, you can't use the auction house, you can't trade. There are certain things, but basically, don't die. So I did start recording this video, and then I realized, oh, we are doing the Wetlands skip. So I wanted to watch a couple of YouTube videos. I didn't even watch the whole thing, to be honest. I just kind of skipped through them, so hopefully that wasn't a mistake. But I really wanted to get to making this next episode. So I did pick up some arrows while we were in Darnassus. These are the sharp arrows that you unlock at level 10. The basic ones add 1.5 damage per second. These add 3.5 damage per second. So decent DPS upgrade there. And then we did go ahead and take the portal outside to Darnassus. So we haven't really done any content, but I did want to include that. Just because, you know, this isn't where we logged out, and I wanted to make sure I was being as transparent as possible. So yeah, so now that I have kind of figured out what we're doing for the wetland skip, we'll go ahead and keep going.
I am listening.
The fishermen of Wetlands village do very well, for the fish here are extremely large and abundant. I would like to compare the bounty here with that of the mainland. Sorry, I'm particularly bad at reading right now. I just woke up about 30 minutes ago or so I'm still drinking my coffee. I have a collection of fish bones and scales that I would like taken to a colleague of mine in Darkshore. His name is Laird. He is a fish vendor in the village of Aberdeen. Bring my collection to our hippogriff master, Vespristus. Okay. And speak to him about traveling to Darkshore. Okay. So we'll probably, I do prefer to take the boat just because it's, I don't know, my favorite way of going, I guess, but as far as I know, it's the same speed, and we're already at the flight master, so whatever. To maintain our link to the mainland, we have hippogriffs constantly flying between Wetlands village and Darkshore. How may I help you? Are you in need of transport? Ah, you wish to get this to Aberdeen. Very well. From Wetlands, there are two methods of travel to Aberdeen, by ferry and by hippogriff. Both are quick and reliable, but if you have not yet flown to Aberdeen by hippogriff, then I suggest you do. It is sound advice to speak with the hippogriff master in every town that has one. Once you speak to the master, you can then fly there from other towns. Here is Nessa's collection. Speak with me again when you are ready to fly to Aberdeen and deliver Nessa's collection to Laird. Alright, let's get it going, dude. Alright, here we go. Let's take a screenshot really quick because we are leaving this place for a while. I'm sure we'll be back at some point. Move our vehicle bar down here. Perfect. Yeah, this is nice. I wish the view distance in Classic was higher. In Retail, it is... you can see super far away. But, in Classic's defense, the not being able to see that far does kind of add a mysterious kind of element to it. You know. Either way, I think I would prefer the max distance. But when I was playing like original vanilla WoW and TBC and all of that, you know, computer hardware was much different than it is now. And I was playing like on a mid to low tier laptop then. So I was playing on low settings. And I couldn't even see, I probably couldn't see this house over there because the view distance would have been so low. Okay, so fly to Darkshore, we did that. Okay, we washed ashore. Okay, so I actually don't think we are going to take that quest. Let's go ahead and speak with Laird.
Elune be with you.
Have you come from Teldrassil? Tell me, how is the fishing there? Package from Nessa, thank you. She told me she would send me samples of the fish caught near Ruttheran village. She thinks they may be a very different fish caught here. Very different from the fish caught here, sorry. My, this jawbone is nearly twice the size of the same fish found here, and these scales are as big as a closed fist. Amazing. Okay, like I said, I don't think we're gonna be taking these quests. We do have a quest to turn in down there. Is it worth it? I'm gonna say probably not, but we'll hold on to that quest just for the time being. So, hopefully, this run does not turn into a giant mistake. Because there is a real possibility of dying trying to do this. My main concern is the part from Menethil Harbor to Westfall. Once we get to Westfall, I'm not concerned with that. There's like some murlocs and some wolves, and that's about it. But there are some sharks along the way and some murlocs. Like if you go too far away from the shore, there are reef sharks, which I've got this little macro set up to help me target them to be able to spot them. And if you go too close to the shore, there are like level 20 murlocs that will absolutely wreck us. Go ahead and get our pet out because we may be able to sacrifice the pet. Sorry, little owl, you didn't hear that. But that may be something that we have to do. If we pull something we don't mean to. Okay, let's see. I wanted to take a screenshot. Is there a good way to do this? I'm not worried about it. We'll get a different screenshot later. We can get one of the harbor though. This always reminds me of the scene in the Cataclysm cinematic trailer Deathwing just comes through Aberdeen and like sets it all on fire. The dock gets all messed up because he flies like right above it. That was so awesome. I will always remember that. What a good cinematic. What a good trailer. You know, Cataclysm gets a lot of hate, and it's certainly not my favorite expansion. To me, in my mind, Cataclysm is the beginning of the end in a lot of ways. But in a lot of ways, TBC and Wrath were the beginning of the end. I mean, let's be honest. But Cataclysm, really, I mean, there was I believe that's when the philosophical development, how do I put this into words? Their development philosophy became apparently changed. Like, it was apparent that it had changed. That's how I'll put it. The dungeons were awesome. I loved Cataclysm dungeons. I'm very nostalgic for Cataclysm just because that is when I got my first gaming PC during Cataclysm, and I was finally able to turn up the settings, maybe not to maximum, but I was able to turn them up way higher than I ever had before, and that was really nice, being able to see higher detail, particle effects, view distance, that kind of thing. Okay, so here we are. Let me... I can't remember. Stopwatch? Okay. So we are going to actually set a stopwatch here. I may end up clipping this and using it as kind of a tutorial on how to do this run. So, yeah. I guess we'll get started. I think you can just jump off wherever. I mean, I don't see any sharks or anything. You know what? Let me do this really quick. Let me turn down... Where's the water? Liquid detail. So I feel like you can see more. Without the... with the old water. So maybe I'm wrong. But alright, where's our pet, dude? Okay, I don't see any murlocs yet. Are we too far away? I think we're doing okay. Get our pet out. Okay, and we are going. Oh, let me start my stopwatch here. Sorry about that. Okay, I see a murloc there. Oh, I see another murloc there. Let's go over a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, I mean, we're looking good so far. This was the part I was most concerned about. Are there murlocs on that shore right there? Not 100% sure. Man, I love this music. Just wait until Stranglethorn Vale. That is going to be an experience. Luckily, there's no PvP. Again, I love PvP servers. I've said it before. I'll say it again. PvP servers are my favorite. I've never, by choice, played on a PvE server. It's just not my thing. It makes sense for hardcore. Bloodsail Buccaneers is technically an RP server. I get it. I totally get it. Because you don't want, and I'm sure it happens, you don't want, can I just swim this way? Okay. Yeah, you don't want somebody who's not abiding by the rules, who has died 1,000 times just to get to level 60. You don't want that person like grieving the opposing faction, which would absolutely happen on a PvP server. Now, if Blizzard does official hardcore realms, or like, they could do two. They could do PvE and PvP. Not gonna lie, for hardcore, I still probably would play on PvE. Would I try PvP server? Absolutely. That sounds like a blast. Especially if they maybe tweaked it to where... They would have to get creative with it. Maybe they could do it in a way where, like, if you're 5 levels above someone, you can't engage the target. Like, they can engage you, but you can't attack them until they've attacked you. Something like that. I'm not sure. But Blizzard is a multi-dollar company. Hopefully they can come up with something. I've always thought it would be cool to, maybe for some kind of Season of Mastery type thing where, you know, they're adding changes to the game, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. And it's a seasonal server, so it's not forever. I think it would be cool if they did something like old school RuneScape. So, like, let's say in this new Season of Mastery, everyone is kind of like mercenary status. So you can attack members of your own faction and the opposing faction. But if you do, you get a skull above your head. And if you have a skull above your head, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you die with a skull above your head in this mercenary mode, I guess we just get in the water. I'm not sure. I actually really hate this right now. This is terrifying. Yeah, maybe if you die, like, a piece of your gear randomly gets deleted. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't get deleted. Like, just do it like RuneScape, where you drop, you know, all but 3 items or something like that. And then you have to run back and get it, or somebody else can pick it up. That would be pretty cool, I think. I haven't played old school RuneScape in so long. I mean, it has been... I've dabbled here and there for like a week at a time over the past, I don't know, 5 years or so. You know, tried it out a couple times. Back in the day, though, that was actually the first MMO I ever played. Just a little kid not knowing anything about anything. A lot of my friends played old school RuneScape in school, but one friend in particular, Ryan and I loved playing RuneScape. My friend Will played RuneScape as well, but my friend Ryan and I would like I remember several times, this wasn't just a one-time thing, but we took construction paper, like, of different colors, and we made party hats, and we took, like, cardboard boxes and cut them up into, you know, like, dragon weapons and, like, you know, like, dragon armor and rune armor. Yeah, pretty nerdy stuff. And we were maybe like 8 at the time, maybe 10, something like that. But anyway, yeah, we did that and went outside, like in his front yard, and just fought. And we were fighting just like you fight in RuneScape. Like, it's pretty cheesy. But yeah, that was fun. Good times. Wonder what that guy is up to now. Semi-related, but I think it's very clear now that the people who were saying, like, when Classic was announced, oh, this is just nostalgia. Like, sure, that is a part of it. But I think Classic being around for as, you know, since 2019 and it's still this popular, it fluctuates in popularity, like now hardcore is popping off. I think that says a lot about the game. It's not just nostalgia. I think nostalgia was probably the initial draw, but it has stood the test of time, absolutely. And I'll even go so far as to say, before Classic, okay, so let's rewind several years, and we're still just playing retail WoW. I would have told you that Wrath of the Lich King was the best era of WoW. That's what I would have said. I started playing in vanilla WoW. I've talked about this a couple times in videos in the past, but if you haven't heard this, basically, I started playing in, I want to say 2006. I started right before TBC launched. I played for several months before TBC actually came out. So it's not like I would have said Wrath was the best because that's when I started playing. I will say, however, Wrath was really when I was old enough to kind of get what the game was all about. Wrath is when I started raiding. I was healing on my priest, which was awesome. I healed through ICC, had a blast doing that. Got into PvP at that same time. That was awesome. But I say all of that to say, I would have told you that Wrath was the best, just because Northern was cool. There's a lot of cool content. Now, having played vanilla enough, I played Classic re-release in 2019. I played Season of Mastery, which if you don't know what that is, they were basically fresh vanilla servers with some changes. It was like increased difficulty, like increased raid boss difficulty. There were some new mechanics introduced. There was a little bit faster leveling. Season of Mastery was cool. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, they were basically fresh, classic, vanilla servers. So I played that. I played TBC in Classic, and I am currently playing Wrath in Classic. And I gotta say, Vanilla's the best. Obviously, it's subjective. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. If you disagree with me, please let me know. I actually really enjoy talking about, you know, what are the reasons that people give for what the best era of WoW is to them. So for me, if I could condense it into not a single sentence, but if I could condense it into like a single point, I would say my reason for enjoying vanilla WoW the most is because it is all about the world, right? So you are not, especially at the beginning, you are not this champion of Azeroth. You are not the Maw Walker. You're not this like chosen one type, you know, main character. You are a nobody. You are some random, not even an adventurer, you're just some random person that just showed up. You know, you get hired to do these like little odd jobs. You're a courier. Oh, there's too many boars. We need you to kind of handle the boars and the night sabers. If you're playing in Teldrassil anyway. If you're playing a human, hey, we've got these kobolds that have kind of infested the area. They've taken over some mines. We need you to go in there. Would you be able to go in there and kind of wipe them out for us? And, you know, we'll be able to pay you. We'll give you some gear. You know, you're not this main character. You're a nobody. I've heard it said before. I can't remember who said it. It may have been... I don't know if it was Chris Metzen, but maybe. But the main character... I think it was Ian Hazakosis, actually, which is hilarious. The main character of World of Warcraft is the world. Azeroth is the main character. And we just inhabit it. So, for me, Vanilla WoW is the best because that's when you're spending the most time in the world. I think the quote, old world, so Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms, I think those are the best continents in the game. There's just something about them. They just work. Like, yeah, are there unfinished zones? Sure. Silithus? Absolutely. Deadwind Pass? Pointless. And I get it, don't get me wrong. I understand that they had every intention of doing Karazhan, and they had to push it out a little bit. Didn't make it into Vanilla WoW. I get it. I totally get it. But for what it is, I'm going to say Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, the old world, are the best. That doesn't mean that Outland isn't awesome. Nagrand is one of my favorite zones in the game. Outland is fine. Northrend is awesome. I love Northrend. Sholazar Basin is probably, if I'm looking at, if we're talking about the whole game, expansions and all, favorite zones, I think Elwyn Forest still takes it for me. I think Elwyn Forest is still going to be number 1. Sholazar Basin, though? Sholazar Basin's number 2 for me. The music is incredible. I love the Frenzy Heart Tribe and Oracle quest line, like that whole story arc, and then you end up picking a faction. It's a great zone. Let's see. I kind of got off track, but yeah, I think vanilla is the best. You're out in the world. Like playing as a priest, you know, I've spent so many hours out in Felwood, grinding the satyrs for the demonic runes. I've talked about this in the past. I spent hours there. Hours. I've spent days doing that. Is it the most exciting content ever in the game? No. What it does do is it opens you up to interactions, just organic interactions with other players in the game. It opens you up to world PvP, back to my reasoning for always playing on a PvP server. Look, if it's me, especially if it's another priest and they're not shadow, like they're in some healing spec. If it's me and some other priest, and that priest is getting a little too many of my satyrs, and I'm not getting enough demonic runes, like, we're going at it. Look at the world right here. I'm kind of afraid to step on it in case I fall through. I don't know if that can happen, but interesting. Let me take a screenshot really quick. You know what, this owl gets on my nerves sometimes. If it was a bear or something, that would be much cooler. We're gonna dismiss the pet really quick. Oh, hi. Okay. Let's see. I love my screenshots, if you can't tell. I am always taking screenshots. Okay. So let's get our pet back out, just in case. But yeah, if it's me and another priest fighting over demonic runes, like, I'm gonna open up on the priest, and we're going at it. And depending on what class they are, I may still go for it. So it opens up these different interactions with other players out in the world. Going out, getting your world buffs. I don't know, just doing your professions. Again, I've spent so much time in Felwood just doing herbalism. Silithus, looking for Black Lotus, Winter Spring. Yeah, vanilla is just fantastic. So I say all of that to say, I'm pretty sure by now it's safe to say vanilla WoW, classic WoW is not just nostalgia. That's maximum cope when you hear that. When you hear someone saying, oh, it's just nostalgia, you want to go back to 2005. Like Asmongold even. I love Asmongold. I love Asmon's content. Especially his WoW stuff. I mean, obviously that's how he got started. And now he's doing like a variety thing. And that's totally cool. I've tried several games because of Asmongold playing them. You know, like, what is this? Like Lost Ark, for example. When he was playing Lost Ark, I tried that because of Asmongold. And I enjoyed it for what it was. I had fun playing, I had fun playing Lost Ark for a time. Okay, so this is actually, I think I've seen this before, like in a video somewhere. Probably a WoW Krendor. Yeah, probably a Krendor video. But yeah, okay, well this is... This is kind of awesome. So is this. This is a good screenshot right here. That is super cool. I wonder if there's anything in here. I'm kind of afraid to... I'm afraid to check this out because, like... I don't know if something will spawn. That doesn't look great. That doesn't look great either. Okay, so things are dying here. Wonder what the story behind this is. This is an undead area type house, isn't it? We are... Okay, so we're just right on the other side of Dunmoreau. Okay, cool. Well, very cool, dude. I love little things like this in the game. Who knows what this is actually for? If you know, let me know, because I'm curious. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, so we are in Westfall now, technically. Well, that's what the map said anyway. This, this isn't going to be a great tutorial now that I'm actually out here doing it. Like, even if I speed it up just for like a separate video showing how to do the wetlands skip, I am taking my sweet time. So maybe I'll put that as a caveat in the video. What is this? Nothing. But anyway, back to the quote best version of the game and and all of that. I hope that Blizzard does seem to have, and you can say cope all you want. I've watched this company long enough. I've played their expansions long enough to know kind of how Blizzard operates. Especially from Legion to, through Shadowlands and now Dragonflight. Something is very, very different, and in a good way. Legion was fine as an expansion, not my favorite, but out of the recent expansions, it was fine. Battle for Azeroth, it was okay. I'm going to say that 9.3 with Nyalotha, like Nyalotha is one of the best raids Blizzard has ever done, and I will defend that to the death. Nyalotha was awesome. Corruptions were awesome. I didn't like the mother mechanic where like the vendor rotated what she offered, every week or something like that. You could buy different corruptions. So if you missed the corruption or you didn't have enough of the currency to be able to buy the corruption that week, you would have to wait like 3 or 4 weeks for that corruption to come back into rotation. It was just, that system was garbage. But Horrific Visions I actually really liked too. I think that's probably an unpopular opinion. I really enjoyed Horrific Visions. I hope that they do something like that again in the future, but maybe with less, quote, systems. Like, just make it... Like, I really enjoy the difficult solo stuff. I know it's an MMO, you're supposed to be playing with other people. I like doing that too. But sometimes you just want to pop into the game, do some stuff, and then hop out. So like right now, you can do that with arenas, you can do that with battlegrounds, you can just kind of pop in and do a few arenas, do a few battlegrounds, and then you're done. That's all you have time for. I think it'd be cool to hop in and just do like a really challenging, kind of like Torghast, but I think Torghast missed the mark a bit. It was a lot more fun near the end of Shadowlands, Torghast was. But Horrific Visions versus Torghast, I think Horrific Visions were way better. But anyway. Sorry, my dog is barking now. Why is my dog barking? Sorry if you can hear that. Let's see. Are you barking for a good reason? Or are you just barking for nothing? I think you're just barking for nothing. Okay, anyway. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, I remember. So the point I was making was I've played these games long enough and I've kind of learned figured out how Blizzard operates for the most part, at least from like the consumer standpoint. Obviously, I don't know all of the behind the scenes stuff, but I do know how Blizzard interacts with their player base, or doesn't interact with their player base. With Dragonflight, there is something very different happening at Blizzard. That's probably because they have replaced a ton of people. A lot of people have also left. Brian Birmingham, who, big credit to Brian for leading development on Classic and really getting it off the ground. He's no longer there. I don't know how I feel about that. Blizzard as a company, they do things that I still disagree with, that maybe don't look the best from the outside. But I also take everything with a grain of salt. So especially when it comes to not blatantly obvious things that are bad, immoral, wrong. Obviously, that kind of stuff I disagree with wholeheartedly. If something illegal has been done, these people should be prosecuted, obviously fired, but then prosecuted and punished if found guilty. But I specifically mean like business practices and things like that. I think Blizzard has kind of become an easy target, like a punching bag. For example, I love Bellular WoW videos. If you've never watched Bellular, which I'm sure you have, but if you like to keep up with, who am I kidding? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Bellular Gaming. Awesome guy. Awesome content. But like he did a video recently where there was some kind of controversy with, I can't remember. So, Blizzard is moving to moving away from remote working for their developers. Like, I mean, I get it. It sucks if you're one of those developers. So like I work remotely right now, most of the time anyway. And I like remote work. I also understand the argument that you might be able to get more done productivity-wise, and it's not even saying like, you know, people working from home don't do their actual job. Like, yeah, the vast majority of people, I'll say probably are doing their job and doing it well. But I will also say that working from home, you don't get as much of the face-to-face collaborative experience. It's just different. Depending on your job, that may not matter at all. Okay, Stormwind now. So we are very, very close. Very, very, very close. I'm not like crapping on remote work at all. Like I said, I do it for a lot of jobs. It makes 100% sense. But I say that to say, Blizzard saying they want employees to work in the office now. You know, I mean, I get it. Like, you might not like it. The developers might not like it. The numbers show that the developers were killing it working remote. They'd released Dragonflight, and Dragonflight is the best expansion they've released in a long time. In years. But is that a reason to just hate on, not hate on, I don't want to say that. Is that video worthy? If you're making WoW content, is it worthy really to make a video talking about Blizzard is taking away remote work? Like, come on, dude. Well, my point is, Blizzard has kind of become a punching bag. For good reason, okay? For good reason. The whole, I'm not even going to get into it, but you know what I'm talking about. The Alex Afrasabi stuff. Yeah, Blizzard messed up big time. That, look at that. Look at these textures. Those are beautiful. Just gorgeous. Incredible. Blizzard messed up big time. But they did have the state of California come in. It's not like they said, oh, we investigated ourselves and found that we did nothing wrong. Like, they actually handed over, you know, I mean, they became fully transparent once the state of California came in and did their investigation. I say all of that to say something has changed at Blizzard, and I think it's for the best. Like, it's for the better. It's a good change. Dragonflight has turned out to be really fun. Is it as good as Classic in my opinion? No, not at all. But they are taking feedback from their player base and actually acting on it, which does give me hope. This is a long rant for the point I've been trying to get to. It gives me hope for the future of Classic WoW, because if they are listening to the player base now with Dragonflight and not just listening, but actually acting on things. That does make me hopeful for the future of Classic. I think we have a better chance now than ever to see something like Classic Plus. Like, I think that is actually a real possibility. I wonder if we can run up here. This is probably completely pointless. But I wonder. Hopefully we don't like fall through the world or something. Yeah, there's no way we're getting up there anyway. Oh man, there's the Westfall coast though. There's the little boat. So we are, oh my gosh, we're so close. Not die here, we'll be fine. My main concern was like jumping and then sliding down. Sometimes you'll slide all the way down and then take maximum fall damage at the bottom. Yeah, I do have hope for the future of Classic. I think the right move for Classic will be to stop at Wrath. At least temporarily, and focus on vanilla again, and really feel out what people are enjoying most. If they do hardcore servers and they do Classic, let's not even say Classic Plus, if they do fresh Season of Mastery servers, you know, you name it. But they focus on vanilla era. And people love it. People want more of it, continuously wanting more. I say focus on Classic Plus. Just do it. What level are these? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, alright, let's focus up here a little bit. Because these guys... like, we're probably fine. They're level 12. Yeah, they're level 12, we're level 11. It's fine. We're good. We're totally good. We made it, boys. We made it! But yeah, if Blizzard can... they just need to feel it out. They need to see what the vast majority of people want. I think people are probably going to want Classic Plus, probably with some new balancing. I would love to see more classes or more specs be viable in Classic. But, you know, there's a chance that... we'll come back to that. There's a chance that people play, you know, the new Season of Mastery, they play hardcore for a year, and they're like, you know what? Let's keep going with Wrath. Let's go past Wrath. Let's get into Cataclysm. That's a possibility. Would I play Cata? Yep, probably so. Especially if my whole guild goes into Cata, then yeah, I'm probably gonna at least poke my head in and play around. But I hope that they do a Classic Plus. I really do. Ideally, if they could do like Vanilla Plus, but bring in class balancing closer to what it is in Wrath, that would be incredible. All right, well, with all of that said, we have made it to Elwyn Forest. Oh my gosh, that was a journey. We made it. I was very worried that we would die. I've never done that skip before. Now that I've done it, that was really easy. There's nothing to really be afraid of. Just kind of be aware of what's going on, and didn't see a single shark.
Greetings.
Hello, Hunter. I hope you've come to bolster our ranks. Beasts and thieves are spilling into our beloved Elwyn, and we barely have enough men to keep our roads safe. And if you haven't done so, read that notice about Hogger. He's a beast in yonder woods that must be dealt with. Looks to me you've seen quite a bit of combat in your time, Hunter. If you haven't already, you should report to Gryan Stoutmantle. He heads up the People's Militia aimed at protecting the farmlands of Westfall. I bet he could use your help. You can usually find him in the stone tower on Sentinel Hill just off the road in the middle of Westfall.
Be careful.
Okay, we will do that. And since we're not doing Dark Shore anymore, let's change to, let's do 6 to 11. And we're going to have to kind of, I'll probably do it before the next episode, go through here and kind of figure out where we can hop in to a place that makes sense. We may just have to... You know what? I think we... Yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of start right here. Let's run to Elwyn. Actually, I wonder... We can go ahead and stop the stopwatch now. That was really easy, that skip. I'm really surprised. So we have a choice. We can either go to Westfall automatically, go ahead and grab the flight path there at Sentinel Hill, or we could go to Stormwind, and I don't know if we already know this flight path or not. Let's run to Sentinel Hill, because I believe... We'll have to see. I don't know if we have the quest that's going to give us the flight path to Stormwind. That would be ideal, though. Let's see what we have here. Stone Tower on Sentinel Hill. Off the road. So I think this guy is going to tell us to fly to Stormwind, and that way we'll be able to get the flight path there. That's going to be the best option. And we can go ahead and pick up these quests. I think it's for, like, oats and...
Hey there.
The Forgotten Heirloom. It was horrible. Verna woke me up when she heard a ruckus in the fields. The fields were full of hooligans. We left in a rush and I forgot to pack my pocket watch. Verna's pa gave me that watch on our wedding day and I feel just sick knowing those thieves have it. I left the pocket watch in the wardrobe at the farmhouse. Look for the field of pumpkins to the west. You can't miss it. If you bring it back to me, I'd sure be grateful.
How are you?
I never thought the day would come when I'd leave the farm, but the fields are overrun with thieves and it's far too dangerous for us here now. As soon as Farmer Furlbrow gets the wagon fixed, we'll be on our way. Maybe you could do me a favor. Let me scribble down my recipe for Westfall stew. Please take it to Salma Saldine over on the farm yonder. The Saldine's farm is just beyond the fork in the road.
Hello.
Poor old Blanchy, such a tired beast after all the work we put her through. I fed her before we left the farm, but we weren't expecting the wagon to break on us. If you could bring her a few handfuls of oats from the fields, I'd be grateful. I bet you could find some around all of the farms in Westfall if you can steer clear of those horrific machines that have taken over. There are several farms southwest of here. We will do that. So if you missed our priest playthrough, I actually died. Like right over on the other side of that. On the other side of that hill. Let's take another screenshot with old Blanchy. Gotta get rid of our pet, dude. Actually, you know what? Let's do this because I hate just getting rid of the pet. Like, it is part of our playthrough. It's really the name that drives me crazy. So let's do interface options. Maybe display? No. Names. Can I turn off just my pet name? It's gonna be for all of them. We can try that. for now. I just like that better. Yeah, that just feels better. Okay, let me take a picture next to old Blanchy. Owl, face the correct way. Come on, dude. Okay, let's try to approach it from this way. This is pro gaming stuff right here, guys. Oh, that might be good. Good enough. Oh, that's pretty... That's an alright screenshot, sort of. Yeah, guys, sorry, this is like... Okay, that's gonna be fine. This is a pretty chill episode right now. Like, I'm not trying to... Like, we got our goal of getting to the, of getting to Westfall, doing the skip without dying. I'm pretty pleased with where we're at on this episode. Yeah, this was kind of just a rant about how I'm old and prefer vanilla WoW. But we made it, dude. We made it. Isn't there a way where you can tell your pet to go somewhere? Oh, I'm dumb. We can just tell it to stay. And then, okay. So you come here, Mr. Owl, and we're gonna test this out. Okay, so I like where you're at right now. Okay, so let's then take a picture. Yeah, see, that's awesome, dude. That's perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, I'm sorry if, like, the whole screenshot thing is boring, but that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. So we're gonna run right past this farm, actually. I would like to end this episode in Stormwind if we can. If we're getting this flight path up here. Oh, this is going to be a good picture too. Yeah, that's awesome. Let me change my... Guys, I gotta be honest. I don't know how I feel about this, this staff as a hunter. It makes me feel like I'm playing a druid. These are some cool screenshots I'm getting, though. Yeah, sorry if that's boring, but whatever, man. I don't care. I am playing this. This whole playthrough is for me. Uh-oh. Okay. Gosh, I didn't know if that was like a Defias thing that was gonna attack me. Yeah, dude, I'm just playing. I'm doing this playthrough for fun. If people end up watching it, that is awesome. That is so cool. I love it. But if not, I'm still having fun. So, and it has been a blast. Just kind of, I mean, it sounds weird when you say it, like you're just talking to yourself, like I'm just talking out loud to myself making these videos, but I am talking to potential viewers. But it does kind of, talking out loud and kind of thinking through things, it does make you think in a different way. You flesh out your ideas more, I think.
Well met.
Ah, so my friend sent you here, how kind. Well, the Stormwind monarchy has abandoned our cause. Now it is up to the people's militia to keep the land free from corruption. If our cause interests you, I can put your combat skills to use in the name of freedom. The people's militia has but one goal, to defend our lands of Westfall and return peace to our surroundings. Unfortunately, the price of peace is often blood. One of my scouts has brought word of a band of Defias trappers wreaking havoc nearby. I have reports of Defias trapper sightings near Jangalode Mine to the northwest, as well as the Molson Farm and Furrow Browse Pumpkin Farm. If you seek to join our ranks, slay 15 Defias trappers and 15 Defias smugglers, then return to me. Okay, we will certainly do that.
Greetings.
Patrolling Westfall. Okay, so I'm thinking we're not going to get that follow-up quest. I guess we just don't have like the breadcrumb for this. Patrolling Westfall. Okay, we're not gonna get that because we're not level 14 yet. It's orange. We're not about to start doing orange quests. Let's see, red leather bandanas. So we can definitely get this flight path. I'm just not sure if it is going to put us out or give us the option to go to Stormwind right away.
How are you? Have a good
Come on. Nope. We don't know any. We don't have any flight paths connected to this one. Okay. Well, that's alright. So, you know what, man? What do we need to go to Stormwind for? Like, let's actually think about it for a second. Is there anything there that we've got to have right away? I don't think so. 6 to 11 Elwyn Forest. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I think we're just going to basically call it here. We can say we can get out of that. Princess Must Die. We're not going to worry about that. Westport Garrison. Okay. Farmer Saldine. The Killing Fields. Okay. So, yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. Actually, I'll go log out in this inn over here so we can get our sweet rested XP. Thank you guys for watching. I know this one was a boring episode. I mean, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. In the words of the great Asmongold, I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. This was not a fun episode in the way of like action and close calls and everything. Thankfully, we had 0 close calls. Saw no sharks. Saw like 2 murlocs. Ran right by them, or swam right by them. And we made it. And we're in Westfall now. So, yeah, pretty solid episode altogether, even if it was a little ranty, a little boring. Looking forward to the next one, really getting into these quests in Westfall. We might be headed to Loch Modan in the next episode as well. So we'll see what happens. If you like the content, please like, please subscribe. If you've got any tips or tricks in regards to, you know, playing a hunter or playing hardcore, because it is something I'm pretty new to. I've played WoW for a long time, but I'm new to hardcore. If you've got any tips or tricks, let me know in the comments. And yeah, also, rest in peace, Grew Hardcore. The rogue has died at level 12 in Westfall to a coyote pack leader. Hopefully that's not us in the next episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.